This guy, as you probably already know, is Monstro. He's from Binding of Isaac. The first thing I'm going to do is cover it with a nice flesh color. He's like a big peach. Monstro is typically one of the first bosses you see. I think he's super cute. Don't tell anyone. Gotta make sure to get everywhere. You want to make sure that you get everywhere with this coat. Doesn't necessarily have to be the most exact, because it's your bottommost coat. Alright, so right here I'm going in with the kind of purple plum color, and then I'm outlining the folds and creases around his eyes to make sure that they pop. I go over this a few times with several layers just to make sure that it's the type of color I want. Here I'm going in coloring his gums. They're very, very nice, like a pinky red color. It was like applying lipstick, where I ended up getting too much, or accidentally getting red on his teeth. There's always so much red. Next, I go over with a slightly darker, kind of more purple. Give it a little bit of value. Next is his tongue. Make sure that that's a bright, vibrant red so it's really visible behind his teeth. So I put his tongue kind of free floating on the back. You can see it right there. I thought that was something really fun. I honestly wasn't thinking about how I was gonna paint it when I first put it on. But I'm still glad I did. It's kind of snake shaped. Not really, but that's what I thought when I made it. Next, I paint the inside black so that when you look at his face, all you can see is the void that's inside him. All you can see is the void that's within. It will also make his teeth pop out. And then we color the pupils. I always like this part, coloring eyes. It always makes it feel so much more official. You kind of have to be careful with black because it's kind of a bully color. But once you get those in, it really starts looking like Monstro here. I don't remember how long it took me to make him, but I think I made him in about 6 or 7 maybe 7 or 8 hours. A lot of that also is just you having to sit there and letting it wait or letting it dry before you can come back to it. So sometimes it's a little hard to judge with your clay projects. So here I'm now going in with a darker shade of purple, and I am making sure that there's not a huge gap between his skin and where his eyes connect, because sometimes that can look a little weird. Next, I'm gonna try to re-whiten his teeth, because I might have accidentally left him, or I didn't paint him. So now instead of just leaving the white of the clay, I'm gonna be painting him here. Yeah, oops. This whole thing was made out of air dry clay. I think it was the craft kind. And that's one of the problems you can have with this kind, is that when you re-wet it, or when you paint it, some of the moisture from the paint can then make it kind of damp again. So because I ended up putting too much paint and water on the tooth there, it ended up breaking off because it got soft. But it was kind of fun. Right here I worked as a mini dentist. The teeth were probably actually one of my favorite parts of this. I made all of the teeth separately. I let them dry completely, and then I stuck them into his gum line. So it was like I made him a little mini pair of dentures. It was kind of fun. Yep, there's my tacky glue. So gotta make sure that everything's dry. Use a little bit of tacky glue. And then it just attached right back. I didn't end up putting enough on. And then his beautiful smile is back. I swear, toothpicks are the best. They're so versatile. I use toothpicks in everything. Even though I got fancy tools. Nothing can beat a toothpick. I tried making sure that there wasn't a huge gap, or that you could see the glue between his teeth after it was dried. I ended up applying a liberal amount because I really didn't want it falling off later. And after everything was dried, I didn't have any more problems with the tooth, so forever cross my fingers. There were other imperfections on the teeth that I cleaned off to make them more smooth. Here's another part that I find really scary, is applying the highlights to the eyes. Surprisingly, I only did this once. Usually when I do this kind of thing, I have to end up doing it 3 or 4 times. I have to fix it 3 or 4 times before I like the results. So, his little eyes make him so alive, so cute, ready to stare in your soul and squish you. Here I'm applying texture with my fingers. Yeah, there are probably tools for that, but it was like a mixture of pink and purple to give the skin some discoloration. Just a little bit here and there. Honestly, I'm done. I just wanted to show this camera footage because I thought it looked cool. I have no other reason for it. Here, I'm just fixing up everything, making sure it looks sharp. That, like, the red and of his gums and his mouth part aren't touching. Fixing up in between the teeth. Sometimes I can do like just the little minute touch-ups for like hours. Even after I've supposedly finished. I didn't record any video of me actually making him. I kind of wish I did now, but at least I got some pictures. And there he is. So, thank you for watching.